we were doing pugs, and I was playing her against ML7 a lot, and I thought it was really interesting because we both have very different play styles. For example, I was using this swift step ability. Basically, it's 30 meters and you can teleport to a teammate anywhere. Even if you're in their spawn and your teammates are through like 4 different walls, as long as they're within 30 meters, you teleport to them. So, what I was doing is during fights, I would flank into their backline because her primary fire doesn't really make that much noise. Like, there were fights where I would stand behind the enemy team just left clicking them and they never turned around because they just didn't know I was there. So I would flank behind them, I would assassinate someone with the kunai because you can 2-shot headshot anyone with it. Well, not tanks, but you can 2-shot a squishy with it. Or you can 1-shot headshot and then 2-body shot a squishy. So I would do that and then I would teleport back to my team instantly. Or if I didn't kill someone, I would just TP out for free. And I would just do that over and over and over again. And there's a stat thing there's a stat scoreboard, you can see stats. So I was comparing my stats to ML7 and he had a lot more healing but I had a lot more damage. And so I think there's room for like a Reddit Lucio kind of playstyle with her. Yeah, so her crit, so when she crits somebody with the kunai, it does 3 times the amount of damage. It's a 3x multiplier, it's not 1.5 or 2. So it does 120 damage to the face. It's ridiculous. You can 2-shot people. The problem is, it's so hard to hit. I am so serious. It's like a Lucio projectile. Think the speed of a Lucio projectile, but the size of a Widow shot. Okay? So you're throwing this really slow knife with the smallest hitbox ever. I don't know what Kirikos in gold are gonna look like because I don't think they'll be able to hit anything. Like, ML7 and I are pretty good at support, you know? We have pretty good aim. We both play Ana. I just came from Valorant. I got sick nasty aim, okay? We were in a skirmish and ML7 and I were 1v1ing and we both had to reload 4 times. Mind you, she has like, I can't remember, 10 or 15 ammo in her clip before you have to reload. And we both reloaded 4 times before either of us died. And she doesn't have that much healing, we just couldn't hit each other. It was like, it's so hard, it's so hard. But there's that. Oh my god, my voice is so gone. It's fine. So there's her swift step, blah 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 blah, Reddit Lucio. Her healing is like, I'd say it's like halfway between Zen's orb and mercy healing. The problem is you have to be like completely healing someone. Like you can't shoot and heal at the same time. It's not like BAP where you can go back and forth. So you have to just be healing, and it takes a bit. But she can do like, I mean, Mercy can do a decent amount of healing. She also does a wall climb, which like, I don't think she needed that, but it's fine. I mean, I'm not complaining. So you could like potentially climb above and assassinate someone from above them and then teleport to your team. It's sick. She's so sick. But the most important thing is her E ability, okay? The protection suzu. Suzu. It's basically like, I think it's the speed of a Lucio shot. Like Lucio's primary fire. So it's a projectile that you throw, and when it lands, it makes someone immortal. Not just immortal, but immune. It makes someone immune for, I think it's 3/4 of a second, maybe less than that. Probably less than that. But this thing can block anything, okay? I blocked Flats' Earth Shatter with it. I completely countered Fitzy's EMP with it. Like, mind you, the shatter block was an accident because you have to predict, basically. I will do that. Oh, let me make sure I don't leak anything by opening Discord. So the projectile moves slow enough that unless you're throwing it, it's not like Immortality Field. Unless you're throwing it directly at your feet, it's gonna take a second to reach. Because the projectile is so slow, right? Like it's a Lucio primary fire. So you have to predict, right? You throw that thing before he shatters, or like you hear the voice line and you chuck it instantly. It's hard, it's so hard to hit, okay? It also cleanses anti-nade, so if one of your teammates gets antied, you just throw it at him. You can, I mean, it just blocks everything. It blocks Lucio boops, so say you're crossing the bridge on Lijiang Tower, you throw that at your whole team and they're cannot be booped off the bridge. It just makes you completely immune. It's insane. The cooldown is like 25 to 30 seconds. It's really long. It's really long. And keep in mind that you have to time it really well. It only lasts for less than a second. And it has that projectile time, so you can't throw it at people. You know? You can't throw it. It's not like you can't react. Well, you can react if you're really close, but you can throw it. And then, yeah, most of the time you have to predict. It does have an area of effect. I'd say it's roughly the size of an Onanade. And then her ult is just insane. It's ridiculous. It makes everyone have 2x attack speed and has their cooldown and gives them movement speed. The protection suzu is a lot like Zarya Bubble, but it's even stronger. It blocks EMP. I think that's the only thing Zarya Bubble doesn't block, right? It blocks EMP. And you can take an infinite amount of damage for those 0.75 seconds. So you can block Diva Bomb, you can block Doom Ult, you can block a Widow headshot, you can block dragons, anything. You cannot die. If you hit 2 headshots on someone, they will die in the time that it takes to like double Storm Arrow headshot someone as Hanzo. They'll die in a second, maybe less. Maybe more actually, like 1.5. But trust me when I say that is, and that is if they're right next to you, okay? The projectile is, I think it's slower than Lucio's primary fire. So at long ranges, it's basically just prey. So her poke is really hard, because you can't, I think she's the hardest support hero ever. People in low ranks are gonna like have a really hard time getting value on her. She's gonna be like the Widow of support. Even at like mid-range, like Zarya beam range, it's so fucking hard to hit people. Maybe like point blank, you can hit people and kill them instantly, but there were a few times where I got really lucky and I double headshot their Ana from like really far away. But yeah, and then her ult is the craziest part. Like movement speed and fucking 2x attack speed. We would do I had a game where the whole time we were just trying to combo my ult with Bastion and an Ana nano boost. And one time we killed the entire team. The Bastion killed 5 people in like 2 seconds, just holding down left click with the 2x attack speed plus nano boost damage. Dude was it was insane. They couldn't run away too because we had movement speed. So he would just and then they would die. But I am so serious when I tell you that I saw Kiriko and I dropped everything for her. I went to the Creator Summit. I was like, there's no way they ever convinced me to play Overwatch again. Like, I'm done with this game. Blizzard has a terrible track record. I don't trust them. I have a good career in Valorant already. Things are going great. Valorant's growing like crazy. I'm gonna succeed in Valorant if I stay. And then I just dropped everything to come play Overwatch again. Her ult is actually pretty hard to like use. So when you cast it, it goes straight forwards in like a 5x5 area in front of you, but it moves slowly while you cast it out. So think of it like a dragon, right? Like a dragon. except it's even slower. And then, yeah. Now her damage is ridiculous. The projectile is not an arc, it's a straight line, but it moves really slowly. Even slower than Lucio. And the hitbox is tiny. The heal is like, if you're sitting there focusing on healing, it's about the same as Mercy left click, I think. You can also cancel it, which a lot of people don't realize. It's really strange the way it works. It's not, you don't hold it down. You have like you have 4 cards that you throw, and when you click, she just throws all 4. It takes like 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds, but you can cancel it by clicking again. Her ult is like, I'd say Zen Trance. Oh, and also they seek out enemies. So you can, what I was doing is if I needed to heal my whole team, I would spin in a circle. It's on her left click. So I would left click and I would spin in a circle and it would track to all my teammates. It's a reload. So you shoot the 4 cards and then you reload. And you can't do anything during that time. So her healing it's not like BAP where you can heal and shoot at the same time or heal and use abilities at the same time. It's really slow. Like, and when you're healing, you're only healing. It also takes time to fly to people. But the tracking isn't like 100%. You have to be relatively close to them. It's a bit like Moira's damage. Like Moira's suck. That's basically how her heal is. It has a little bit more lenience. It's not like Break Pack at all. Well, no, it's not. So, it's on her primary fire. And it travels pretty slowly and it just tracks the people. It's like, yeah, and then you click and it shoots 4 of them and then you have to reload. And then it shoots 4 of them and then you have to reload. Roughly the same amount of healing that Mercy's beam is. I think she's gonna be a flex support for sure. For sure. She does not, well, I don't know. I think she's gonna be a flex support and an off healer, if that makes sense. Because flex support and main support are different, and then main healer and off healer are different. But she definitely cannot be the main healer for your team. Well, she can be, but she won't be getting as much value as if she was the off healer, if that makes sense. Like, you can sit there and heal the whole time, but it's fucking... You can get so much more value shooting other people than just healing. She's completely broken. I'm gonna be real. She is so OP, but I don't care because she's really hard to play. That's personally how I think the game should go. I don't care if heroes are OP as long as they're fun to play against and they take a lot of skill to play and they're fun. So the color for cards changes based on if it's found a teammate or not. So I'm pretty sure if it stays green, then it means it's not seeing anyone and it's just gonna fly away. No, genuinely hard to play, not just a new character. Ridiculously hard to play. Like, she's gonna be the widow of support. The protection thing, you have to like... It's not like Immortality Field, you just throw it down and forget about it. You have to be so proactive with this thing. It travels so slowly and it lasts so short. You have to time it very well. And you have to know what the other team is gonna do before they do it. In order to hit it. Unless your teammate is like directly at your feet and then you can react. Like, you can react to Tracer pulse bombs. It's also so hard to think like hitting Widow headshots for her kunai. That's pretty much it. It's like hitting a Widow headshot but with a Lucio primary fire projectile. It's fucking hard. It's so hard. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Everyone's scared about BAP immortality. Everyone's scared that nobody likes playing against a broken support because the broken supports have been Brig and Moira and BAP. Like, Playing against Brig is fucking boring. Playing Brig is boring. Playing against Moira is boring. Playing Moira is boring. Playing against Bap is really boring. And playing Bap is bearable, I suppose. He can be fun, but that's the biggest reason I think people hate OP sports. Yeah, it completely cleanses anti-nade. I think her ult is the best part, honestly. The E is crazy, but her ult is insane. You can combo with tac visor. Think a 2x attack speed tac visor. A soldier 76 with aimbot that's shooting twice as fast as a normal soldier shoots. It does not go through walls. It's actually pretty hard. I was playing her for roughly 2 hours, and for those 2 hours I still couldn't figure it out. So I need to go into a custom game and test it out if I can play her again. But yeah, it's insane. She's insane. She's also so fun. Man, I miss old Reddit Lucio, right? I miss when Lucio was good. And I think Kiriko is gonna be just like old Reddit Lucio. So many people are going to int. The thing is, 30 meters is big, but it's not the whole map, so you can't just... She doesn't have as much get out of jail free as Lucio does with good movement, but... Like, imagine you're on Route 66. You're defending on Route 66, your team's on top of the gas station. I was going through the mega health pack room on first point and flanking them. I would assassinate a support or like shoot a few knives, and then I just teleport back to my team. And I could just do that over and over again. Her primary fire is also so quiet. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything about her. I couldn't find any crazy tech. I don't think there is really any tech with her. The only thing is that a lot of people didn't realize that you can stop her healing midway. No, the TP is instant. 30 meters, instantly TP. You press shift on your teammate and you're there. It's literally get out of jail free card. That's actually very annoying. Playing against her is very annoying, I will say. Just because of that ability. It's on like 8 to 10 second cooldown, I can't remember. Yeah, that's another thing. She could be really good in dive. Because your Winston goes in, you teleport to that motherfucker and you make him immune for a quarter of a second. And then you shoot people. But, yeah. Nobody played Zarya, so I have no idea. I don't remember if you can break out of Grav or not. She has 200 HP. She can 1v1 anyone if you hit your shots. That's the thing. You hit your shots. It's not like you can't miss. You can't miss. But also it's so hard to hit. It's ridiculous. It's so hard. It's slower. Okay, it's a smaller hitbox than Hanzo's arrow and it moves slower. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. The thing with Lucio is he has stuff to help in a 1v1. But with Kiriko, if you take a 1v1 that you're not going to win, you just leave. With Lucio, you come back. You like pause to heal and then you come back, but... Oh, also you can block hog hooks with your E. I forgot about that. So if you make someone immune right before the hook hits them, they don't get hooked. It just bounces off them. It's like a shield. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Sorry, I am done walling, but also she is adorable. She's adorable. There is no game that does heroes like Overwatch does. Like Kiriko, I want to be friends with Kiriko, okay? Valorant, like, sure, their characters kind of have, they don't really have personality, let's be real. They're just hot, okay? But you can't connect with the character. You can connect with characters in Overwatch. They're iconic. Like, nobody cares about Valorant characters as people. You know what I mean? Okay, I think that's enough about Kirito. That's about